This is the Steve Gruber Show.
All right, welcome back to it. Now, as we dive into it, I forgot to plug my ear in. That happens on occasion. Here are three big things you need to know this hour. Number one, Michigan spent more than $13.8 million on transgender care in 4 years. One county blew everyone else away. Number two, a Michigan parent has filed a Title IX complaint over boys and girls' locker rooms. We'll talk about that. And here's my question for you this hour. What is your take on these drug boats? I've been reading about Rapid River, Michigan. Little town up there by Escanaba. 335 people live there, okay? 335 people. They've had 5 people die from drug overdoses, fentanyl primarily. Another Michigan statistic, fatality I read about, they took a fake prescription oxycodone pill laced with fentanyl. And I've heard people say, well, you know, these drug boats are carrying cocaine. Well, that's not any better. It's not any better. Because these drugs can be laced with fentanyl. Whether it's on those boats, but these illegal drugs kill people. All right? Illegal drugs kill people. And fentanyl is ubiquitous in the environment. It's out there. It's produced. And these deals, and I don't understand this, honestly. Why would you lace an already addictive substance with something else that could kill your customer? More people will die in America today, by far, from drug overdoses than died in Vietnam. And I'll be honest with you. I like Kevin O'Leary's take. I do like Kevin O'Leary's take on this. I want you to hear it again. It's bite number 5. Because he has Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary. He has a very easy take on these drug-running boats and the people that are on them. Listen.
And historically, as Adam has pointed out, the Coast Guard doesn't do that. They board the ships, they interdict the drugs, they collect the evidence, and in many cases, they try these individuals and bring them to justice. Why can't we do that now?
So what I've learned from all this, and this is not the first time this has happened, don't get on a boat with drugs in it. You get blown up. That's what I've learned from this. And I think at the end of the day, the administration was elected to stop the inflow of drugs that are killing Americans. I think they're doing that. We're having a very healthy debate about it. But basically, no one's debating whether there were drugs on this boat. Venezuela's sending drugs out everywhere. And where it gets transferred to what boat and when, who knows? But if you're on a boat full of drugs, you get blown up. And I think this may have some drug dealers saying, maybe I want to slow down on the boat drug stuff, which is really what the mandate of the government is.
Maybe you don't want to get on that boat that's loaded with the illegal drugs. Maybe. But the real question is this. Why do they not talk about the parents? Why did they not talk about places like Rapid River? 335 people, 5 fatalities. Little tiny town in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, north of Escanaba there. You know, it's a remarkable thing. But to the Democrats, those parents, those brothers and sisters and friends and loved ones of those that have died seem pretty irrelevant. A friend of mine, you've heard me say this, a friend of mine, his college, I think he was 19. His 19-year-old son died last year because he smoked some weed that was laced with fentanyl. I mean, they're lacing this stuff into everything. I don't know why they would do this. Kill your customers, not good for business, my expectation. And yet it keeps happening. So I want you to send me an email. Go to stevegruber.com. Send me an email. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up in your mind. Who do you concern yourself with? Because the Democrats would have you believe, oh, these are just poor people trying to survive. And I'm sure that's true. Go tell the mom, where was it? Royal Oak, where was it? Go tell the mom who lost 2 sons in an Auburn Hills hotel room. Both died of fentanyl poisoning the same night. Two sons died side by side, 19 and 20 years old. Go tell her about your compassion for the drug runners and the drug cartels and the boats that are delivering poison. How bad is it? Well, listen to Adam Schiff. He's almost got tears in his eyes defending the drug dealers. Listen to this.
That all of these strikes are unlawful. They're a form of extrajudicial killing. These boats are not invading the United States in an armed assault. They're thousands of miles away. Some of them, maybe even this vessel, if reports are accurate, wasn't even heading to the United States. And for us to be engaged in this kind of unauthorized campaign of extrajudicial killing couldn't be, I think, a more clear violation of the law. The fact that...
Yeah, well, Adam, I'm going to tell you how many people have died in California from drug overdoses just this year. Do you care about your constituents, Adam, or you just concerned about talking points and anything that Trump does you oppose? I don't remember Adam Schiff opposing Barack Obama, using hundreds of drones to target people overseas, or the more than 90,000 bombs he dropped on 15 countries. No declaration of war. Civilians killed, including 3 Americans in those drone strikes and a 16-year-old among them. I don't remember Adam Schiff complaining about that or saying that they were war crimes. Now, thankfully, Republicans, they seem to have their act together. They're on the same page. Listen.
If those boats were loaded with bombs or missiles headed for the United States, I don't think anyone would dispute that we had every right and indeed a duty to intercept them. But those drugs detonate like a bomb all across Arkansas and all across America.
They're killing our young people from age 18 to 45. Probably during the time we've talked, there's probably been 24 people die of overdoses.
We have seen more Americans die in the last 7 years than the Americans that were lost in World War I, World War II, and Vietnam combined.
I have way more sympathy for my friends, my cousins, my neighbors, those people who've been poisoned by these narco-terrorists, people who've been skinned alive by these cartels that they bring people to the United States, than I do for these narco-terrorists.
Because it's affected our families, it's affected our friends, it's affected our neighborhoods, it's affected our towns, it's affected our kids' schools. We need to do something. Standing back doesn't work.
Standing back doesn't work. I agree with every one of those sentiments. And by the way, this declaration of war, it's happened exactly 5 times in American history. 5 times we've actually declared war. Congress, we have the right to declare war. Maybe that's true, but you don't have the right to make war. The commander-in-chief can make war. Congress can declare war. They did that in 1812, the Mexican-American War of 1846, the Spanish-American War of 1898, World War I and World War II. That is the complete list. That is the total list of the times that this country has declared war ever in 250 years. Yeah, we went after the Barbary pirates. That was an undeclared war. So was Korea. I'll be back.